So you spoke about the logistics. So this is obviously a concern because our customers always want the cheapest logistics to get up to Africa specifically. You know, locally it's not so much of a problem, but going cross border it is. How do will the system automatically be able to, I don't know, send requests to logistic companies, get quotes back, and we can decide who we book from there? Or would that need to be a manual process? And would that happen at checkout, or would it happen when we plan delivery? I'm not sure actually how that would work.
Yeah, so when we look at these type of integrations, basically it's integrations with logistics or courier companies, if I can, for lack of a better word. So it's an integration into the website. So the courier fees or shipping fees are automatically calculated on checkout through, as they're busy checking out and placing their order. All of that is handled in the back end in integration, typically with these specific courier companies. So it's not that you necessarily have to go and log, or somebody individually have to go and call the courier company to have these products shipped, or to create a ticket for that, etc. All of that can be automated from our side.
Yeah, good, because that's always a bit of a concern. All right, no, that's perfect. And when it comes to payment gateways, being cross-border again, it's mostly in US dollars, but locally we get some in rands and some in US dollars, depending on the mining house we're dealing with. What do you suggest we use as far as payment gateway goes, to the local banks or to international? I'm not sure. It depends. I have no clue how that would pan out.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we don't I can't give you a direct answer straightforward. So for us, it's basically, and sort of just to create a little bit of context around it as well, how we like to work is in these type of scenarios where we are developing enterprise platforms, we want to understand your business requirements and processes in depth. So before we make these type of recommendations.
Okay.
So if we look at it, it depends on where the majority of your business is coming from. So is it South Africa? Is it, neighboring countries? What are the currencies that most of your clients are currently using when they are paying for these orders? So all of these things we sort of delve in to get a better understanding, also to understand what is their checkout processes, what do we look at from the different invoicing applications that are available, et cetera, et cetera. So once we have understood all the requirements of your business and how your customers interact and pay for their orders, that is when we typically make a recommendation for payment gateways. The nice thing about it is there's a whole market of payment gateways that have been developed, and there's a whole lot of partners that we can recommend from a third-party application perspective that can integrate with your website to create a gateway for your customers, whether it's focused on the South African market or sub-Saharan Africa, or even if you are looking at expanding beyond Africa, then there's also the options to do that as well.
Okay, great. So also, and another thing as well, a lot of these guys only pay on, will order on purchase order and pay on invoice then. Is there a way to make that work as well? Because, they're not going to pay by credit card. I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of this is big equipment. It's not like buying a chocolate at $10. So how would that work? Is that something that can be worked out as well?
Yeah, so there can be an invoice system that is developed and implemented on this as well. So, you basically issue an invoice to your customer, and they provide a purchase order that is uploaded. What we have done in the past as well, we've developed, once somebody signs on and creates an account, they basically go on a journey where they can also be vetted with you as a potential customer. So that, all their details, company details, the registration details, all of that have been vetted. They're a vetted customer of yours, they're registered, and then through that, everything can be automated. So you can raise an invoice and they can generate a PO and upload that PO, and that sort of filters into your back-end system from an accounting perspective.
Oh, that's great. So just a thought on that as well. I don't want to burden our current clients with having to go and load themselves onto the system. Is that something we'd need to do manually, or how do we get our current buyers that we already trust? What you've just described now sounds good for like a new client, but for current clients, how do we get them onto the system without putting them through the hassle?
Yeah, so if you do have a current database of customer information that's available. We can definitely look at migrating that into a new platform, so that you don't have to go manually, sort of go and do the manual labor of uploading it, or go and burdening your clients to go and re-register or provide all the information all over again. So there's different ways to do it always. So if you have the data available, it's easy for us to sort of migrate that to a different platform.
Okay, perfect. Book your free, no obligation enterprise e-commerce discovery session. The link is in the first comment or in the description of this video. E-commerce, fintech, banking and financial, AI integration, end-to-end custom development. Webtonic, think, design, build.